We are on Act 3, The Twilight Flood, Part 22, Twilight Zinnias, the 32nd of the Astral Moon. So let's see who's at the tavern today. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that little cat figurine that we got that is now behind Kay, or Lynn, sorry. Very cute. Oh, Rhea picked up our first quest. We made 3 quests last week. Good morning. Slept well? That greeting ain't gonna do, innkeep. Give me your best lines. I'll hear them all today. Rhea thinks we're an NPC. Alright. Top of the morning to you, adventurers. Go on. Peace and contentment be upon you, travelers. Sweet water and good berries, friends? Alright, enough. You seem to be in high spirits. Not often you get the chance to work on the project of a lifetime. I'm glad you're so passionate about this. Hope you didn't give Lynn too hard of a time convincing you. Nah. Once I mentioned Dragonfire, it would have been harder to stop her from going on the quest. Was just tough to find her. Didn't take you for a nighttime soup enjoyer. I'm not, usually. I can be persuaded, though, with the right soup and company. I assume your quest for comfort food turned out successful? Last episode, Kyle didn't know what comfort food was, but was trying to find some for Rhea, because Rhea had not been eating. Not at all! It was thwarted by the shadow of night. Oh, poor Kyle. Dearest Rhea, promise we shall endeavor to make shortbread another day, when the sun is high in the sky. And the stores are open. We got some character information unlocked for Rhea. Let's see. So, Rhea grew up in a realm of myths and legends, the subterranean caves, the realm of himself. Lately, she seems to be warming up to some Gaian company and even teams up with other adventurers. Speaking of warm, she's always down for some hearty soup, but her comfort food is freshly baked shortbread. I'm always down for some good soup, too. I'll need to make that sword first, though. Did Carolyn update you on what's at stake? Sure did. Those sigils of alcoholic zest won't know what hit them when they see my newly forged weapon. It's sigils of alkahest. Gesundheit! So I assume you've worked out a game plan? More or less. Not like we've got a lot of info on that quest of yours. I'm sorry. You worked with what you had. We'll manage. Though that ever-burning flame of Leviathan sounds more like a myth than something real. Sounds exactly like something you need for a mythical weapon capable of saving the world. Ha! Still, are you sure you're okay with reforging your sword for this care? Yes, it's the right thing to do. That wasn't what I was asking about. Believe me, I know a thing or two about the importance of an heirloom. It's fine. It's just... I wonder if I'll still feel the same connection to my Baba when I look at the sword afterwards. Eventually, everything she gazed at in life will be gone. Don't you think she'd like looking at the sword of Carolyn the hero? That has quite a wonderful ring to it. I didn't know your grandma, but reforging that sword with dragonfire to save the world, I think she would have been mighty proud of ye. Oh, that made Carolyn happy. And I'll make sure that weapon is the best anyone swung this side of the Aether Tree. You have a competition to win after all? Exactly. I've been thinking all night about what techniques to use. The design ain't exactly final, but I'll finish it during our trip to the Highlands if I'm fast enough. Rhea, are you doing okay? You never heard of giving someone time to think? You seem to be putting a lot of pressure on yourself. This can't just be some simple run-of-the-mill weapon, and there's so much to decide before starting the forging process. Hitting, quenching, tapering, and the 5 Darken heat treatment techniques. And the 5... wait. That could actually work. I'm surprised you still remember those. Certainly, you were very passionate about the method. I'm just stoked to get a weapon made by you, Rhea. If it's you, I know my Baba's sword is in good hands. You seem to have the forging part covered. Anything planned for the rest of the quest? Right. Since we don't really know much about who or what might be guarding the flame, we're taking Hex along. Should we encounter any defenses of the, magical sort. As for how to get to the Highlands, Clay and Tia couldn't come along, so let's hope Baya is up for helping us with her tree travel thing. Seems like you've got your bases covered. You as the main fighter, Rhea as the craftsmaster, Hex and Baya as magical support, and Kyle as... I'm afraid I won't be able to fill a role this time, Innkeeper. I tried to distract myself, but the mere thought of dear Evelyn hurt and alone, or worse. It struck me with a torment strong enough to make even this undead heart bleed with worry. I love Kyle. No matter what transpired between us, all I craved was to know her safe. But to allow my dear friends to march into danger alone was no less distressing. He was almost inconsolable the entire evening. I didn't want to choose one side, only to lose the other forever. That's when I slammed my empty bowl of soup down on the table between us. We weren't gonna go off and die just because he took his eyes off us for a few days. And yet, that very fate had struck me several times in the past. I said, well, 2-aught be damned if ye ain't never get to see me master weapon. Doesn't matter if I have to chew my way through that f***ing tree myself. Heard the dead have a taste for bark anyways. It was as if those words washed away most of the anguish that was ailing my soul. Surely it was time to believe in the future, and to reconcile with the past I left behind, all for my most cherished people. As long as I didn't forget along the way. But we found a workaround for that. Flashcards! I just need to pull them out and be greeted by the wonderful cards prepared for me by Rhea and Carolyn. Even though they may be far from me. That sounds great, Kyle. There's one about you as well. I'm honored. Seems like you thought of everything then. Hopefully. Some help from your drinks would be mighty appreciated nonetheless. Anything particular in mind? Some fire resistance seems like it'd come pretty in handy. That does sound reasonable. We could focus on agility if we're already going that direction. Don't think we want to take whatever traps we run into head on. Yeah, Kyle's here! He's so happy. Add some strength as well, for anything we can't avoid. That and the fire resistance should definitely help with forging the weapon as well. Though, that ghost berry I brought you yesterday, I wouldn't mind some invisibility either. It might give us some imaginative ways to deal with whatever challenges we end up facing. Concentrating on intelligence to take full advantage of that sounds like a good option too. Hex would like that. I bet. Knowing him, there's an equal chance of his ideas going right or horribly wrong. If things go south, we'll need to charm to or talk our way out of anything. And this way, dear Evelyn will be stunned by my most captivating entrance. Sounds decent. Some intelligence could also help with figuring out those techniques you mentioned. And my design, I guess. Alright, Innkeep. You look like you're busting to help us out with this decision. Is it going to be dexterity with some strength as backup and fire resistance? This is a lot of words. I don't have a notepad. Should we approach this with intelligence? A small dose of charisma in case anything goes really wrong? And some handy invisibility? Well, if you're asking me, I don't want to make this decision. I feel like we're, edging on the end of a very big, important battle. I don't want to make this call. Man. So their quest is to go and find Dragonfire to craft a legendary sword out of the sword that Carolyn was gifted by her Baba. So our options are fire resistance, agility, and strength to face whatever they may fight, and also help Rhea craft the sword. The fire resistance would help with forging. Or high intellect with a bit of charisma and some invisibility in case things go horribly wrong. I almost feel like the agility and strength to fight whatever they find head on You're not awake enough for choices? I know, I'm like, My first gut instinct is to go with the strength and agility, but I feel like they might switch it up on me somehow. Like, they're gonna go try to find this dragon fire, and they're gonna have to, like, reason with the dragon or something. So maybe I'll go against my first gut instinct and go with the intellect, charisma, with invisibility infusion. So this is not usually how I would go, but that means we get to use the super cute little ghost berries. So the ghost berry. Ghost berries are nearly translucent and only grow deep within the moon swamp for a few months every year. They are safe to eat, but rather sour to taste, and they grant invisibility, the perfect aid for stealth quests as well as hunting. Very helpful for avoiding fights entirely. So again, this definitely like directly goes against everything that I initially would go for, but we're gonna try it out. So alright, we know our infusion. Now which drink are we going to make? It needs to be high in intellect, which would be this one. This one doesn't have any charisma though, so we're not gonna go with the silent owl. This one here grants 1 point of charisma, and it's very high in intellect, and it also grants some agility. What does the ghost-berry give us though? Okay, it gives us plus and plus charisma and intellect, so maybe we'll try that. Maybe we'll try the peak sunrise. Let's plop our ghost-berry in there. And so we're already right where we need to be on charisma, and we'll need some intellect. That ghost-berry is too stinking cute. Oh my goodness, he's swimming in the purple. Ah, I want one. I really want one. Okay, but then we also need some agility. That looks correct. Yep, Peaks Sunrise. I don't think we've ever made this drink before. Alright, so. Fingers crossed this doesn't go terribly wrong. If you want to forge that weapon properly, it might be best to reserve your strength. Also, anyone guarding the flame should be pretty invested in the dragon's well-being. So here, to solving the challenges ahead of you cleverly. Appreciated, innkeeper. I think this will put us on the right track. And with that, we're off to the Highlands. Me and Kyle are gonna go grab Hex before I let him go check on his ex-wife. You go get Baya? Sure. Good. Alright, that's it, innkeep. One last line for good luck. Make it count. Mind the creaky steps on your way out. Heh, fair. Fare thee well, dear innkeeper. This is scary. What if it goes wrong? What if somebody doesn't come back? What if we lose Kyle? What if something happens with his ex-wife? Moment of silence with Carolyn. Kinda weird, isn't it? What is? There's gonna be a battle for the fate of the world. But Elfie ain't even here to worry about themselves stupid about it. Yeah, Fable's still not back. They'd have loved this, I think. Bonk! Hi, Ed! I love that I know you're here because we have the bonk. And I added that new gif with it. It's super cute. How are you doing today, Ed? Not the impending doom, but all this getting together to defeat evil stuff. Make sure to tell those guys heading to Twilight Portal to keep an eye out for them. I will. Bonk bonk! A furry! Carolyn's not a furry. Rated? Who's rating? Hello! Welcome! Welcome, welcome! We are playing Tavern Talk, which is a nice, cozy D&D themed adventure game where I serve magical drinks to D&D parties. Carolyn's not a furry. Doing well, just cleaning the house? Well, I'm glad I can keep you company while you clean the house. Alright, Lynn said, good. Suppose it's time for me to head out as well. Stay safe, Lynn. Always, innkeeper. Oh my gosh, I love the Halloween decorations in there, so cute. I'm so happy I could finally raid you, but my stream hasn't overlapped time slot. Oh, well, I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you. And I love that you're also a first-time chatter. Alright, it looks like Clay, Tia, and Jade are back. Alright, Alethea. Innkeeper, we have returned. I can see that, Tia. I was awaiting you. Though, I'm surprised to see you here, Jade. Yeah, well, Miss Holier-than-Thou dragged me along. Some shit about finally doing my part. I distinctly remember you expressing open interest in our plight when we were talking to Aniko. Happy Asexual Awareness Week! Ah, it's such a good week! Oof, sorry, it's Lauren, by the way. I figured it was Lauren. No furry, sad? No furry. What is Carolyn again? I constantly forget what she's actually called. Characters, because they're not exactly D&D races, they're like D&D adjacent. She's a Vukakin, so they're kind of like wolves, like wolf people, but her uncle's a werewolf, so, This is giving Coffee Talk vibes. Everybody who has seen me stream this so far has said it's giving Coffee Talk vibes, which I have not played yet, but it's definitely on the list for sure, because it sounds like they're very similar. Alright, Alethea said, I believe you asked multiple questions that indicated your desire to help. And I remember asking how much you'd pay, and you said nothing, so I said, no thanks. And yet you didn't resist coming along. Do you have a better job lined up, Jade? Not yet. Aniko and I are eyeing something, but I guess I've got some time to kill. Perhaps Aniko can help too then. They better. Not sure if I can deal with Princess here alone. No need to deal with me. I can handle myself. Oh, thank you so much for the sub! I appreciate it! I'd love to have Aniko on the team. Me too. I assume you have written us a quest then, Innkeeper? I have. Take a look. Quest taken. Excellent work. I knew we could count on you. Clay is so precious. Look at that cinnamon roll. Let me have a look at that. We just have to catch the guy at the portal. Seems simple enough. We could even set up an ambush. Or be sneaky if he's already there. You can sneak, big guy? I can do a lot of things. A few years back, I spent time with some lithic panthers who showed me how to sneak up on anybody. I just don't like doing it. It seems a bit rude, you know? No, I don't. But I think this situation calls for a little rudeness. Agreed, it does, and for a little more manpower. You're right, Innkeeper. We should ask Aniko for help. Also, Hex suggested taking Boy along. He's great at distractions and knows his way around the Twilight Chasm, should our quest lead into it. Apparently he has a family there, though I hope we don't need to disturb them. Anyone else? We considered a whole lot more, but Scully and Grace made a good point. They said not everyone is battle-tested, and that it'd be reckless to take inexperienced adventurers along. They also said we should look into more backup plans for the backup plan. I think they just wanted an excuse to do some research, and to stay away from the bloodshed. Can't blame them there. Melly really wanted to come too, but Dave said no. Is he coming himself? Of course. Made these two ask him before we got here. We need good fighters, and kid's got some talent. I hope he said goodbye properly this time. Carolyn made sure he did. Never saw a more terrifying death glare in my whole life. It was very impressive. It was. So, are you finished with your questions? Actually, could you review the plan for me one more time? It's been a long couple of weeks. This is crazy. I feel like it's all, like, boiling down to this. Like, all of our adventurers are going out except for Melly. We still don't know where Fable is. Man, this is intense. Yeah, yay, Dave! Dave is sticking with the name Dave for now. Sure, so listen up. We make it to Twilight Portal by the moon pools, and we stop our big bad evil bastard from going through. If we fail that, or if he's faster than us, we chase him through the Twilight Chasm and into and we prevent him from getting that fancy axe. And if that fails, well, we stop him at all costs. Sounds like a good plan. I would still like to know the specifics of this plan. While you're at it, will you keep an eye out for Fable for me? Of course! Now, Innkeeper, by the dragons and all that is holy in this world, can we count on your help again? Of course. What do you need? Easy. We just need to be quicker than that maniac. We should be the first to reach the portal. and we should be the first to attack him, all while dodging his counterattacks. Outspeeding him seems like the smartest option here. You're wrong. It is foolish to think his strikes won't be powerful. We need to be well protected against him, so we can take him down before he really hurts any of us. Don't be stupid. If we're fast enough, he won't even get a chance to hurt us. I'd like you to say that again when you're lying in a pool of your own blood. Tia, chill. Okay, maybe we need both. It's just the balance that counts. We could focus on a whole lot of defense, but keep some dexterity in our back pocket. And maybe some of those fast infusion thingies could make up the difference. I could hasten you with some golden feathers, or saber fangs. Great! Alternatively, you could give us a lot of dexterity instead, with just a little bit of defense on top. And to make sure we don't get hurt, you can give us some of that frost armor Scully says that he wants to try out someday. Sure thing. I've got enough frozen pine cones left for that. I don't think Jade and Tia can make a decision without bloodshed, so could you help us out? Of course. I know just what to do. I do not know just what to do. That is a lie. I'm pretty sure. Fastest boy. Is that your vote? That we go fast? Decisions. I hate this. Okay, so what infusions do we have? So for speed, we've got saber fangs that give us strength and haste. What was the other option they were talking about for speed? They said saber fang or golden feather. Golden feather gives charisma and agility. I don't think we need charisma, but it takes away intellect. So let's not go with the golden feather, I don't think, unless the drink we pick calls for it. Not fast enough? See, this is hard. This is like the big quest. I'm very worried that I'm going to make the wrong decision here. Like, do we go high defense or do we go high speed and try to hit him soon? Like, hit him fast, hit him hard. I hate this. I hate this so much. I'm trying to think of who we're sending. So we're sending Clay, who's like a barbarian. We're sending Jade, who's a bounty hunter. And we're sending Tia, who's like a cleric. And then they're taking Eniko, who is a monk. Happy Thursday! Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm like stressing hardcore about this decision we have to make. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe all of their classes could benefit from some speed. Yeah, we have cleric, bounty hunter, monk, and like I said, I think Clay's a barbarian or something. Yeah, barbarian. Okay. You know what? I don't want to lose anybody though either. I don't want anybody to die. So I'm like, but defense and speed. I feel like Clay was being the most reasonable. So maybe we'll go with like defense and speed. Okay, so we want something high in defense and agility. That would be this one, the first snow. Like the sun reflecting off the frozen lake, the first snow makes you feel comfortable and safe, embracing you with its frozen taste. In between hot chocolate and frozen glaciers, you'll find yourself well equipped to hike into snowy mountains. So, yeah, maybe we'll do this one with, I think it was the Saber Fang infusion. What does the Saber Fang infusion lose us though? Charisma? I feel like that's fine. Okay. Ooh, but it also gives us strength, which doesn't really vibe with this recipe. What other recipes we got that are high in defense? This one's high in charisma, so no. We could do a Frosted Lagoon. Yes? No, we can't because it gives us a point of agility. Decisions. What about the golden feather? Nope, no golden feather. I hate this. I hate deciding stuff. Were any of the other drinks high in defense? Nope, not you. This This one's got no agility, so we don't want to do this one. I feel like I'm mathing. I hate doing math. Oh. I forgot about the steel tonic. So the steel tonic, let's try you. Okay, this might work out. We'll do some defense. 2, 3. And we'll do a little bit of strength. Is that it? Is that, yeah, that's the steel tonic. I don't think we've made this one before either. So let's do it. Oh my gosh, I hope we don't lose anybody. Also, do all 3 of them have to share the same drink? Defense should be your #1 priority. But I think haste makes for a good backup plan. You can never have enough of those. See, I was right, as usual. You chose the right focus, innkeeper. Ugh, at least we'll be fast, so I don't have to listen to you gloat much longer. Let's get this over with. I'm so scared for them. All right, Clay, let's go. Oh, he looks scared. Clay? Oh no, his shoulder's chattering. Are you okay? No, I don't think so. Aren't you scared? Of what? All of this. The fate of the world is a very heavy weight to bear, don't you think? What if someone gets hurt and I can't stop it? What if I can't protect you, and the others, and the world, and the ferrets? Well, yeah, we gotta think about the ferrets, of course. Clay, stop, please. For a moment, just stop. I know this is scary. Truth be told, I'm scared too. My whole life has been building up to this moment. I've always been told I'm meant to save people, and if I can't, what's the point of me, you know? You are the point. I'm glad you exist, even if you don't save anyone. You're not some mythical savior, you're my friend. And you are mine, and I'm a little less afraid because I have you with me. You taught me how to value myself as a person, despite all the weight on my shoulders. I wish you would do the same for yourself. I promise you, together we will get through this. And we will save each other, and our friends, and the world, and all of the ferrets. And the innkeeper while we're at it. Finally, somebody thinking of the innkeeper. Thank you. I appreciate being included. You are enough, Clay. You are enough. And you don't have to worry that you're not. And you too, Tia. Don't think I'm excluding you. I wouldn't dream of it. Having you two believe in me is all the strength I need. Power of friendship works again. Can we still hold hands on the way there, so it's a little less scary? Of course. And remember, you can never lose me. Your bracelet will always tell you exactly where I am. And if you get lost somehow, despite your impeccable sense of orientation, mine will help me find you too. You just get lost looking. Maybe I'd have to ask Jade for help. I'd do that for you. Thank you, Tia. You're a great best friend. I love them! They're so cute. Oh. So are you. Alright then, best bud. Let's do this. Together. Best of luck. We won't need it. Character information unlocked for Clay. Where are you at, big guy? Oh my goodness, I love his icon. He cares as much about the people around him as he does about all the animals he meets. He knows his own strength and how helpful his abilities are, but that also puts immense pressure on him. He wants to protect everyone, but even a half-giant can only do so much. Still, it's good to see him believing in himself. Oh, I'm so scared. I don't want anybody to not come back. Grace is here, though. You must have made them some really good drinks, innkeeper. I've never seen Clay that determined. I tried my best. I have to say, Grace, I'm surprised you're not accompanying Hex to the ever-burning flame. Mellie's here! She didn't want to stop studying the magic spells. She thinks they might help us solve all this. I think what might help me right now is a drink. Something that'll get my thoughts flowing gracefully despite all this mess. Give me a moment. So that's going to be a high intellect drink, I would assume, and hopefully we don't need to worry about infusions. Yes, high intellect, which means we can make my favorite drink, the sparkling nebula. Because it's just so stinking cute. I don't think I've pet Andu today, so I better remember to do that. What a baby. Alright, a little bit of charisma. And we have a sparkling nebula. A delicious thought detangler just for you. I don't think I've ever tasted detangler as delicious as this. You've tasted detangler? Melly, would you like a drink as well? Always gotta pat the Andu. No, thank you. I've already had 3 hot chocolates today. Melly's taking a note out of your book, Elf. I think if any more magic enters my system, I'm gonna eat the sun. On to another topic then. I've heard you formed a research team. We did! Obviously, Grace and I are the leaders, but we also recruited Scully and Archie. Right? Melly should definitely have like 4 hot chocolates, and then eat the sun, because it would be funny. And Una said she wanted to sit with us and crochet while we work. What a great excuse to help. She insists we don't call it helping. Of course she does. She's retired. Rufus is helping us too. His wool is so soft it calms everyone down. I wish Dave would join us too. I guess he's busy fighting the mean guy. But he promised he'd be back soon, so... And he'd better keep that promise. What are you looking into anyway? Melly mentioned spells. Are those the ones Hex found in the tower? Yes, those ones exactly. He stayed up all night decoding their formulas, but as soon as he figured out what they were about, he lost interest. So I picked them up. He only managed to save 2 in between all the chaos they caused, but 2 very interesting ones. Care to educate me? Too hot for hot chocolate? I totally understand that. It's still been like hot here, and I'm ready for it to not be. Which one do you want to hear about first? Teleportation or soul binding? I want to learn about soul binding. Hex brought home a glass case with a glowing floating scroll inside. After we got it out and removed all the protective runes, he was pretty disappointed. A riddle-locked glass case and protective runes? Seems like someone didn't want it to be used. I'm pretty sure I know why. It describes pulling souls right out of people's bodies and binding them to objects. Dark. Completely volatile magic, and dangerous, I assume. It's been a little hard to translate. I'm trying to figure out any side effects it may have, so I can convince Hex not to use it whenever he's slightly inconvenienced. Sounds difficult, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. What about the other scroll? The other scroll... One of the scrolls he found holds a powerful teleportation spell. Now I fancy myself quite equipped at conjuration magic, but Hex finds it boring. He picked the scroll up because he assumed the golden runes meant it was special. He was right, but I guess it didn't have enough fire for him. More special than a soul-binding scroll? No, but still special enough. I think, if cast correctly, it could get you anywhere in Asteria with incredible accuracy. That would have come in handy for going to find the Necromancer. Even to protected places and other planes, but I'm trying to figure out how to use it without destroying myself. It requires more mana than people usually have in their body. So you think it'd kill its caster? Almost certainly so. It still has a lot of promise. Maybe I can modify it. And best of luck. Thank you. I want some magic scrolls of my own to decipher. But first we need to finish this research. Just because we need to figure out what to do if... It's just nice to have something to do is all. Plus, I'll take any excuse to hear more of Scully's Everbloom stories. He's trying to figure out whether we can reverse the sigils. That'd be neat. Maybe you can duct tape them back together. They have duct tape in this universe? I don't think so. With Archie's help, I also made this whole board where he can collect and connect all of our clues. Specifically, I've been looking into who exactly that Necromancer guy could be. Clay said he noticed some flowers in his armor, and I think that might be a clue. Maybe he's a florist, or there were zombie flowers, or he wants to destroy all the flowers. I need to figure out what his motive is. Because if we can figure out his motive, we can figure out who he is, and then we can figure out his weaknesses. Not that we'll need them, because Dave and the others will... What did he say? Kick his abs. But looking into it makes me... calmer? Yes. I'll be alright, right, Innkeeper? The zombies aren't gonna eat them, like they ate my parents. I thought Melly's parents were eaten by T-Rexes. But no, they won't. They'll be fine. They'll all protect each other. He'll come back for you. I hope so. I don't want that to happen again. I miss my parents. I wish they were here to hold my hand. What were they like? Well, I remember my dad always told me bedtime stories about swashbuckling burglars. And I remember my mom loved making things out of yarn, especially socks. And they were really nice and cool, and I loved them so much. I know I can't replace your parents, but it's okay if I hold your hand until Dave and Carolyn and Fable come back. That'd be nice. I feel a lot safer with them around, you know, like I'm home again. You're not alone anymore, or you are home. I think Melly is home. Melly lives in the inn now. Melly's mine, I've decided. I think so too. But enough dramatic backstory. I'm turning into Dave. Just less repressed and gay for Fable. Oh! Maybe it's time to head out. We'll update you on our research tomorrow, Innkeeper. But first, we're gonna get lots of ice cream. Exactly. Una promised she'd make some. Save some for me. We'll try. Melly, that was uncalled for. Oh hey, I haven't seen this guy in a while. Hello there. It's been a while since you last showed up. I feared you went home without saying goodbye. Quincy said, I wouldn't do that, my friend. I did end up finding those golden loon feathers quickly, with a little help from Voyage. Burn. But with everything going down, I decided to stick around and help those in need. That sounds just like you.
Wow.
Wow. How are things with you, though? You don't need to say much for me to know what that face means. I've seen it once or twice before. Is there something I can do for you? What's there to be done, Quincy? It's like everything is in limbo. Like dancing on the edge of a blade, one wrong move and it's over? Something like that. Would it help if I asked you for a drink? Maybe. You know what always helps me when I'm feeling down? What? A good cup of Quincy's hot chocolate. Here, after all I've heard, you might need it more than me. And we got the recipe. Thank you, that's very kind of you. Now, go on, make me a drink. This one, or another one, whatever you'd like. Let's try to make this new hot chocolate, because we've never made it before. Okay. So, Quincy wants agility. Hot chocolate. Perfect for the cold nights of the winter solstice, or days when your heart just needs a little warming up. Quincy's hot chocolate will have your spirits reinvigorated in no time. This hot cocoa with a dash of cinnamon quickly returns the feeling back into your chilled bones, and maybe will make you feel a little less alone. Okay, so this one, I can't tell if we're gonna need an infusion for it or not yet, so let's just wing it to start. I don't think well, maybe, let's see. So we got 3 points of agility, a point of charisma. We might need an infusion. A point of defense. Yep, it needs an infusion. Andrew, drink this. We just need to figure out which infusion. Okay. So, what do we got? What do we got? Not this one. Not that one. Maybe? Let's see if this works. I'm just winging it at this point. That's correct. We need... Get in there. Come on. 4, that. Does that look right? It does! We made hot chocolate. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, that's adorable. Couldn't... It's so cute I can't talk. Couldn't wait to try it out right away. Well, you replicated it perfectly. My hands and heart are warm. Want to sip for yourself? You look like you need it. Maybe later. May this drink be warmer than the currents of these times. It most certainly is. Thank you, Innkeep. Of course. So, how are you? We're asking about us now? I'm losing my mind. Let's see what happens. Understandable. It feels like an underreaction. It feels like there are a million different emotions whirling around in my head, almost none of them good. And if they are good, my worries twist them into something horrifying. That doesn't seem fair. I don't know if emotions can be fair or unfair. Either way, it's good to feel things. Reminds you you're alive. I'd like to feel a little less. We all say that until we suddenly do, and then we wish we weren't so empty. Isn't it good to care again? To have people you want to be well? Maybe. I didn't think I'd care again. I didn't want to, but it just happened? Yes, just like that, without my consent, I might add. The heart wants what it wants, and sometimes what it wants is friendship. But I can see how that's a scary feeling. So many things are on the line now, perhaps more than you bargained for. It was easier when I just looked away. Would you rather look away than help your patrons? Your friends? No. But now I have to face the fear of losing them. Funny. Funny? Didn't you swear to me you were done fearing death? That you had nothing left to lose? Sometimes lying to ourselves is easier than lying to others, I guess. I'll keep my "I told you so" to myself. I just feel like I'm stuck in an endless cycle, and there's no way out that doesn't tear me apart. Would it help you to know we've all felt like that at some point in our lives? Not really, no. Then let me leave you with this instead. Love may come at the price of loss, but the inevitability of loss also comes with the reward of love. You can't lose something without having loved it, and so you should love whatever it is you fear to lose. Those are the moments that matter, the moments that make your life worth living. Besides, you have the power to step out of that cursed circle anytime. Do I? Write your own story, my friend. Don't doom yourself because you think it's what you deserve. I forgot how good you are at giving advice. Makes me a bit envious. You'll get there eventually. I hope so. Thanks for checking in. I think I needed that. Of course. Please don't stop reaching out. The safety of isolation is not worth the loneliness. I'll try to remember that. You better. Now, I heard the night market is close by, and I really don't want to waste this opportunity, so don't let me hold you back. Until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and be safe out there. Well, that was very sweet. Why don't I get a catchphrase? Oh well. Guess it comes with age. Maybe next millennium. Whomst is this? Elf? There's a strange man here. Hello. Greetings, traveler. Oh no. We got the achievement, hello old friend, catch up with your past. It's glowing green outside. Things are getting strange. Greetings, traveler. This is the Necromancer. Nice armor. Is it new? No, doesn't it seem familiar? The flowers certainly do. Did you keep my books? This is tense. You know, I imagined this place differently. It's nice. Thank you. But I thought you'd be long gone by now. After all, you like running, don't you? I like it here. Though your visit is making me consider moving soon. It's not advised to stay in one place for too long anyway. Eventually, the past will catch up to you. I figured. What brings you here really, Quasar? You know, this and that. I paid Marrow Castle a visit. It's quite serene this time of year. Bro, don't counsel me. What for? Sightseeing? Trespassing? You broke in? I wouldn't phrase it like that. Burglary is incredibly impolite. I was persistent in my approach. Politely, I knocked on the door. Unfortunately, vampires these days have no hospitality. The lady of the house greeted me with a snarl and slammed the door in my face. Not like that stopped me, but I found it quite rude. So you did break in. Obviously, as a last resort. There was something I needed more than manners. As expected, she wouldn't give up her precious relic freely. So you killed her. I would've, but no, the rat escaped. In the blink of an eye, she dissolved into mist. I always considered that to be a vampire's most annoying skill. But at least I got what I wanted. And what would that be? Curious as ever, aren't you? That's why I made it my job. What, being nosy? Something like that. I get to hear a lot of things every day. People like to talk. You manipulate your patrons into telling you their darkest secrets. I don't manipulate, I listen. I'm all ears. Yep, the letter person is the necro jerk. What would Lady Evelyn have that you, Quasar Duskbringer, would want? Just a little blood. Ingredients for the execution of a grand design. Grand design? We were never ones to make big plans. Speak for yourself. Maybe times changed you. Oddly enough, you still look the same. I had to make sure you'd recognize me after all. How could I ever forget you? It seems like it was pretty easy for you to move on. It wasn't. Yet you're hiding. You ran away from everything that once mattered to build a life behind a counter in a shabby tavern. Is that why you're here? To throw your accusations around? No, I guess I just wanted one last chat now that everything's coming to an end. And I'm curious about how this old friend of mine is doing. So how are you doing, friend? Guess whose pipes just broke? Bro, no! We can't bonk the pipes, they're broke. Don't bonk the pipes! What are you even gonna do about that? Like, panic. I'm full of hope for a better tomorrow. Me too. I'm just afraid that we're hoping for different dawns. We might be. How are you doing? Do you even want to know? It's my job, and my tavern is open to everyone. Your protective spells beg to differ. They let you through, didn't they? So, how about a drink? And then you tell me whatever it is you need to get off your chest. Sure, let's see if you still know me well enough. And if you remember what I taught you. Of course I do. That's vague. What? Oh no, Andrew's scared. Oh, it's okay, Andrew. Oh, he's so frightened. I can't even pet him to calm him down. Poor baby. Great, so he wants a high charisma drink. What a butthole. We could do 1,000 winds. We could do a sunny breeze. Or we could do a spoken heart. Let's do a spoken heart. Oh my goodness, my poor baby Andrew is shaking like a leaf. Can we poison this asshole's drink? Because that would be pretty funny. Oh, poor baby. This tea is piping, right? No panic. How about this? Sweet and chatty. Not bad. Almost tastes like back in the day. Did you think I'd forget? Yes. I assumed you're as good at abandoning memories as you are at abandoning people. Ouch. It seems like people are right about one thing, though.
It's pissing me off.
It's pissing me off. This guy's an asshole. I think we need to kick him out. You fixed the pipes? That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're that handy, because that would have sucked otherwise. Alright. It seems like people are right about one thing, though. And that would be? Your drinks can influence fate. They can't save people, but they can push them in a direction, alter their destiny. I wouldn't go that far. I simply do my best to support my patrons in their endeavors. Will you support my endeavor? As I said, I serve everyone in this tavern. How noble. How awfully morally gray. How opportunistic. It's like nothing's changed. We're getting some innkeeper lore today. I like it that way. Making decisions for people, leading them to their doom. No, I hate making decisions. Poison, do poison, right? Poison his ass. All because you can't help but wonder what a little entropy would do. I help. You help. Sure. You always liked to help when it was most convenient for you, when it got people to love you. This guy's angry. I hope all of your helping has aided you in forgetting them. I didn't forget them. Oh, is that so? I couldn't sleep for months. My heart bled and bled until there was nothing left to bleed. I was alone. And by the end of it, when nothing was left, there was just one question. How could the one person I trusted with my life turn on me like that? How dare they leave me with nothing but the stars staring at them alone? Wondering whether the blood would ever wash off. And how, by the dragons and their false light, is all you've done with your freedom, this dastardly achieved freedom, this. There's still blood on our hands. It took me way too long to realize that I didn't have to give up, that I'm not like you, that it doesn't have to be their blood that sticks to my hands. They're gone. Not for much longer. Soon the star rain and the flood that washed away our yesterday will open the gates to a new tomorrow. A new horizon, unhaunted by still ghosts. Quasar. Innkeeper. Why would you do something like this? Don't we owe it to them? The you I knew would have agreed. The me you knew was foolish. Some situations are hopeless, and some decisions aren't easy. Decisions are quite easy if you set your mind to it. Say I need to tear apart Cassiopeia's wings for the stars to rain on Gaia. An ambitious task. I could decide not to and abandon my plans because I'm intimidated by the complexity, or scared of the consequences. But no, instead I choose to stick with it and get what I want. I don't give up. I succeed. It truly is that simple. If you care, you'll get it done, no matter how much effort it may take. Everyone was dead. I wasn't. Didn't we promise to always stand by each other's side? To never be alone again? We did. Didn't they deserve the same? They did. Then why are you here and they aren't? I don't know. Me neither. What did we mean to you? Nothing. We meant nothing to you. The home we built, it meant so little. That's not true. Do you still ponder about the meaning of life watching the stars? No, there aren't any anymore. It's better that way. It means there's no risk of getting caught up in trivial things. Like getting caught up in the thought of a world without pain? Like that. So naive. So stupid. I have the option to say it meant everything to me or it was bound to break. I don't know what this it is that we're talking about. I don't... Drama! It was bound to break? I knew you'd say that. I've seen through the charade. Your tricks don't work on me anymore. Look at the stars now as they lie at our feet. A declaration of your failure, an elegy to your cowardice, and a demonstration of my endurance. Everything is set. Everyone will get what they deserve. Even your little replacements. Soon there'll be no more but fading memory on the horizon. Feels familiar, doesn't it? They're alive. They can be saved. They're alive indeed. What you should ask yourself is for how much longer, and if the time comes, will you run again? No. But you sent them to their deaths, did you not? I sent them to stop you. I'm aware. Which reminds me, I'll have to leave soon before your little pawns interfere with my threads of fate. Gertrude, come on, it's time to go home. Who's Gertrude? The bird? Was the bird a spy this whole time? This asshole bird. Interesting. Care to explain? I sent you a little companion so you wouldn't be so alone, but I need her back now. This bird is a goddamn snitch. You know I value my privacy. And I value the perfect execution of my plans. So thank you for collecting so much information for me. You don't have to do this. I don't want a demonstration of his endurance. Real. I don't. I don't, but I will. Anyway, I've got somewhere to be. Speaking of which, my invitation, the offer still stands. Join me and watch as I repair what you've destroyed 30 years ago. Join me to witness the renaissance of times past. I can't. My place is here. What a pity. It almost pains me to see you haven't changed one bit. I've moved on. You should try it sometime. Spoken like a true coward. It's not like I need you anyway. Not anymore. See you soon, old friend. Or not. Character information unlocked for Quasar. Okay, this should be delicious. All it says is I wish he wouldn't have come. Oh. He's a human, age 58. He is a paladin. His background is magocracy. He's chaotic evil, and his arcana is the devil. Gone, get. We don't want you here. And fuck that bird, too. I guess we're wrapping it up for the night, feeding my poor baby Andu, who is shaking like a leaf. Getting the tavern cleaned up. Calling it.